Okay, so today I'm going to run through some divisibility tests. The purpose of these is just to save you time. If you know a number is not divisible then by, I don't know, 3, then there's no point in trying to, I don't know, simplify a fraction or try and take a factor of 3 out in any case, okay? So the idea is just to have a few tricks up your sleeve to know if certain numbers are factors of a bigger number. I'll run through each of the rules from 1 to 9. And then we'll go through a few quick examples. Okay, so firstly, a number is divisible by 1 if it is a whole number. Okay, that's the easiest one. Okay, it's also not all that useful. When a number is divisible by 1, dividing by 1 does not change the number, so it's not all that useful, but it's worth realizing that anything that's a whole number is divisible by 1. It's in the 1 times table. Anything that's divisible by 2, hopefully you should be happy with this one. It's divisible by 2 if it ends in either a 0, a 2, a 4, a 6, or an 8. Okay, so if the last digit of the number is a 0, 2, 4, 6, or 8, then your number is divisible by 2. Next up, let's have a look at 3. 3, there is a trick. If you remember this, it also is useful for your 6s and 9s because they all have a factor of 3. Okay, so the trick is add together digits, and we'll do an example of this in a minute. Okay, then you ask yourself, is it divisible by 3 once you've done that? Okay, is 3 a factor of that when you've added all the digits together? Okay, 4. Okay, first of all, you need to check if it's divisible by 2, because if it's not divisible by 2, then it's not divisible by 4. Then my suggestion would be, if you halve it, is it still divisible by 2? Okay, halve it. And then, is it divisible by 2? Okay, so halve it and then see, well, does the answer now, once you've halved it, end in 0, 2, 4, 6, or 8? If it does, then it is divisible by 4. Let's have a look at 5. 5 is another easy one. If it ends in either a 0 or a 5, then it is divisible by 5. 6. Okay, to check if something is divisible by 6, you just need to check that it is divisible by 2 and by 3. Okay, so is divisible by 2 and 3. So if it passes both of these tests, if it ends in a 0, 2, 4, 6, or 8, and when you add the digits together, they are divisible by 3, then it must be divisible by 6. Okay, so if you can do both of them things to the number, then it must be divisible by 6. 7, there are some tricks for 7, but a lot of them are a lot more complicated, and people make more mistakes than it's worth doing. The best thing to do is, first of all, check all the other numbers, and then if you're unsure, try dividing it by 7. Okay, so my suggestion would be just to use bus stop to check. Okay, as soon as you get to the units, and if you've got any kind of leftover, you can stop. You don't need to go to decimals. We're just checking to see if it's divisible. Okay, 8 follows a very similar logic to 4, except you're going to halve it again. So you're going to halve it twice. And then ask yourself, is it even? Or is it divisible by 2? Okay, so you halve it again, then you look at this rule for number 2. And then lastly, to check if something is divisible by 9, this is exactly the same as 3, But once you've added the digits together, you don't want to check if they're divisible by 3, you want to check if they're divisible by 9. Okay, so add together digits. And then is it divisible by 9 this time? Okay, so there is a relationship between lots of these. If you remember your rule for 3s and for 2s, that will sort you out for 4s, 6s, 8s, and 9 is closely related to 3s. 1s is easy, 5s is easy, 7 is the only one that you actually have to do a lot of working out for. Okay,